Anthony Gordon is turning into exactly what Barcelona needs, and the club is already mapping out the 2026 season, desperate to finally lock down a massive trophy. Domestic cups are nice, but they desperately need a Champions League trophy, and the board just dropped a massive transfer bomb that completely caught the European football world off guard. Enter Anthony Gordon. He is now officially a Barcelona player, marking the very first blockbuster signing for Hansi Flick's squad heading into the brand new campaign. Honestly, I am totally torn on this transfer. I genuinely cannot figure out if this is a massive win, a terrible mistake, or somewhere right in the middle, because the squad needed help elsewhere. Yet they just dropped 80 million on a winger, and we have absolutely no idea if he will actually fix the current gaps in this Barcelona roster. The truth is, after weeks of heavy rumours linking him to Liverpool, Bayern Munich, and other massive European heavyweights, Gordon chose the Blaugrana. The front office closed the deal in a flash, proving Barcelona is absolutely willing to open their wallets to build a dominant squad. Keep in mind, Barca usually doesn't throw big money around. They normally rely on La Masia, bringing kids up through the youth ranks. It has been a very long time since they splashed serious cash on a single target. And when you look at the actual contract details, they are incredibly striking. An 80 million transfer fee, with bonuses hitting 95 million if Barcelona takes the league and the Champions League, plus Newcastle keeps a percentage of his next sale. So the big question remains, why exactly is Barcelona paying out so much cash for Anthony Gordon? The answer boils down to two simple words: Hansi Flick. Ever since taking over the dugout, the German manager totally rewired the squad's DNA. The Catalans still dominate possession, but now they move the ball at blinding speed. Their counter-pressing is absolutely vicious, and the attacks are much more direct, and raw physical intensity is now the defining trait of this club. And that is exactly the system where a guy like Anthony Gordon thrives. During his time at Newcastle, he evolved into the most aggressive winger in the Premier League. He shines not just for raw pace or dribbling skills, but for a hidden trait Hansi Flick absolutely loves: his relentless work off the ball. He never stops pressing, hunting down rival defenders for the full 90 minutes, and he has an elite physical engine to sustain that brutal intensity. Top scouts even view him as one of the few wingers in Europe who can match Raphinha's insane defensive shift. And that is exactly why the board pulled the trigger on signing Anthony Gordon for Barca. Last year proved that whenever Raphinha got tired or injured, the team totally collapsed without the ball. The attacking line completely lacked the legs to drop back and defend, and Flick desperately wanted a rotation piece to keep that exact same high intensity alive in every single match. With Anthony Gordon in the mix, the German manager finally found his missing puzzle piece. But dropping 80 million purely for a Raphinha backup sounds crazy, so the master plan clearly goes much deeper than that. The English star brings a weapon Barcelona lacked for years: pure vertical depth and blistering pace in the open field. His talent for exploiting space, breaking low blocks, and destroying teams on the counter creates huge gaps for Lamine, Pedri, and Gavi. Actually, the front office firmly believes Gordon's arrival is going to directly unlock Lamine Yamal. If defenders are constantly terrified of the Englishman sprinting down that left flank, the young Spanish prodigy will get way more freedom to demand the ball and destroy the right side. But Gordon's transfer also creates a massive tactical headache for Flick. We already know the squad has a glaring hole in the striker role now that Robert Lewandowski is finally gone, and we all know Anthony Gordon brings wild tactical versatility. The guy can burn down the left, attack from the right wing, and we even watched him operate as a central striker for Newcastle this year. That flexibility gives Barca room to shuffle the deck, using one marquee signing to patch multiple leaks across the roster. But look, this is exactly where fans will argue with me, saying we just burned 80 million on Anthony Gordon when Marcus Rashford brings the exact same tools. An incredibly direct runner, a lightning fast winger, someone who glides between the lines, scores goals for fun, and can completely dominate on the left side, the right side, or right through the middle. And let me tell you, the single biggest thing about Anthony Gordon is his defensive work rate. It's exactly why Marcus Rashford might be pushed out. He just doesn't track back enough. That is why the board believes this transfer is bigger than just adding a winger. But it's not all praise. His massive price tag raises serious questions, so does his tactical fit. You just can't treat Gordon as the new striker for this Barcelona squad. dropping 80 million euros on a pure left winger when actual nines are available. Absolute madness. Buying a left winger just to shove him into a central role completely kills his best traits on the pitch. That's just awful squad building. Even if they force him into that striker spot this year, it looks like the club is using one massive signing to patch two different holes. And honestly, it fixes neither. But what if he's just coming in to rotate? Extra cover for Lamine Yamal and Raphinha when they need rest, which is huge for clubs like PSG. And what if Barcelona still has cash to burn on their actual glaring weaknesses across the pitch, especially at centre-forward and centre-back? Then bringing Anthony Gordon in makes total sense. Now, maybe this sounds entirely fake given Barcelona's broken finances, but at the same time, the pure speed and swagger behind this transfer really makes me wonder, is Barcelona actually holding way more money than we assumed? Because let me tell you, dropping 80 million on one guy after years of absolute financial ruin. Someone posted a video a while back, well, not recently, a really long time ago. They posted it and fans in the comments were screaming that Barcelona would be totally debt-free by 2026. Barcelona is still absolutely broke. Up through last year, sure, things got better, letting Robert Lewandowski walk helped, and the board cleaned up a lot of the mess. But still, I seriously doubt their bank account is healthy. They blew 80 million here, and they still desperately need a world-class centre-back. Or two. They need an elite striker too. Are they really dropping 500 million this year? This is exactly why the Anthony Gordon transfer is making people raise their eyebrows. Lots of fans view an 80 million euro gamble on Gordon as incredibly risky. Sure, his stats in the Champions League look totally insane. 10 goals in 12 matches, though some were against heavy underdogs. Actually, wait, I think Gordon only bagged 4 in the Champions League. Meanwhile, over in the Premier League, his scoring numbers were way more quiet. For huge chunks of the year, he was hot and cold. Mostly cold, honestly. I'd even say he totally failed to score consistently. He never really hit that explosive peak we saw earlier in his English career. Plus, there's a massive wall English players hit when they jump to La Liga. The Spanish game is a completely different beast than the Premier League. The Premier League is a track meet. Wide open pitches and constant end-to-end attacking. Fast transitions everywhere. But in Spain, most clubs park the bus against Barcelona. Almost every single opponent Barcelona faces in La Liga will just sit deep. They choke out the space. And running into open space is Antony's greatest weapon. Gordon is going to feel trapped without 50 yards of grass to burn his markers. He has to figure out how to operate in a phone booth and pass faster. He must rely heavily on smart attacking movement rather than just driving the ball. Lately, the English winger has felt a little selfish. He goes for the solo highlight reel, totally ignoring teammates standing wide open in the box. And that, at a club like Barcelona where passing is religion, is going to be a problem. Still, there's a reason the Barca fan base is actually hyped about this transfer, and that reason is none other than Hansi Flick. The German manager gets maximum output from almost every single guy he coaches. He brings dead careers back to life and fixes players who look washed up. He forged a title contender way faster than anyone imagined. And that's why fans trust him to unlock the very best version of Anthony Gordon, because deep down, the kid has terrifying raw talent. Plus, pulling off this deal feels like a massive statement for the whole football club. For years, Barcelona has been suffocated by debt. They prioritize pure survival, balancing the books for financial fair play, slashing the wage bill, and leaning heavily on their youth academy just to keep the dream of future transfers alive. But now, for the first time in forever, the Catalan club finally has cash to burn. They look ready to step back onto the pitch and trade blows with Europe's absolute elite on equal footing once again. Landing Anthony Gordon might just be the opening spark of a massive summer transfer window for Barcelona. Transfer rumors are already swirling, linking the squad with massive names across the pitch. You can feel the shift. The front office is finally building a dangerously deep squad heading into a season where the ultimate obsession is lifting that Champions League trophy once more. Make no mistake, Barcelona is hunting European glory. They desperately need a Champions League. Defending their La Liga crown just isn't enough anymore. Another Copa del Rey? Sure, they will gladly take domestic silverware, obviously. But that is not the prize keeping them up at night. They demand the Champions League. Bringing in Anthony Gordon injects pure electricity, blistering pace, and tactical flexibility. He is the perfect premium rotation piece behind the heavy hitters of this roster. Maybe he is not the flashiest blockbuster deal of the summer market, not the superstar everybody predicted, but he looks like the exact profile Hansi Flick desperately wanted in his system. Only time will tell if dropping a massive 100 million euros on this deal becomes an absolute steal or a costly nightmare. Absolutely wild. But one thing is clear, Anthony Gordon officially wears the Barcelona shirt. And starting right now, he is locked into one of the most ruthless and ambitious rebuilds in world football. This move could launch his career into the stratosphere, or he could rot on the bench as an 80 million euro flop. That wraps up today's breakdown. Hope you enjoyed the ride. If you did, hit that subscribe button for more. I have to apologize for going quiet lately and lagging on the football updates. We are coming back swinging this month. Drop your take on the Gordon transfer below, smash the like button and share the hype. Huge shout out to all of you for the support.